What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's episode, which is part 4 of a little 4-part series where we've covered some values that can really create poor problems in our lives. Up until this point, we've talked about the value of pleasure, valuing material success, valuing always being right, and then today we're going to talk about staying positive and how this, holding true to this value, valuing this, can create really bad problems for us, right? And perpetuate problems instead of help solve life's problems. You know, constant positivity is really a form of avoidance, and it's not a true valid solution to life's problems. Problems, which, if you've been listening as of late, if you're choosing the right values and metrics, should be invigorating you and motivating you, meaning the problems themselves. That's where happiness sprouts from. So life is very unfair. And, you know, sometimes it can just downright suck, and that's the truth, right? And I want to give some examples here of how staying positive can create really bad problems. So I'll be short and direct here with 3. Take, for example, losing your job after being with a company for 25 years, right? Staying positive in that situation and denying yourself, right, the process of processing through your emotions can create really bad problems. Meaning, like, the staying positive response in losing your job in that situation would be like, great, hey, awesome, that's an opportunity to go explore my passions, you know, without addressing the negative emotion. I'm not saying that wouldn't be a good response in time, or that the data wouldn't stack up that eventually you should choose a route to make something of the situation become better and realize how it's happening for you. Take, for example, a marriage gone wrong after 30 years and you find your spouse has been cheating on you, right? To stay positive in that situation would be detrimental. Skipping past all the therapeutic stuff, right? And processing through those emotions. The staying positive response would be something like, hey, well, at least you're learning what you really mean to people around you. It's a good lesson learned. Move on, right? Or, you know, heaven forbid you experience a tragic accident with a family member. Say it's one of your children, right? And the staying positive response would be something like, well, sweet, now I don't need to pay for, you know, college anymore. These would be horrible responses. In light of something like some hard situation like that transpiring in your life. Processing through negative emotions is a productive thing. Negative emotions are helpful. The truth is, again, sometimes life sucks, and the healthiest thing that we can do is admit it. And denying negative emotions leads to experiencing deeper and more prolonged negative emotions and to what we would call emotional dysfunction. So again, constant positivity is a form of avoidance and not a valid solution to life's problems. So it's simple, really. Think of it this way. Things go wrong in life. People are imperfect and they are going to upset you. And accidents are going to happen. And when this happens, when these things happen, it's going to make you feel a certain way. And that's okay. Right? Negative emotions are a necessary component of EQ, or emotional health. So to deny that negativity is to actually perpetuate a problem or problems rather than solve them. So here's a trick that you can use. Here's a tactic, if you will. The tactic with negative emotions is to, 1, express them in a socially acceptable and healthy manner, and then 2, express them in a way that aligns with your values. I want to give a simple example here. A value of mine that I carry with me is nonviolence. So because that's a value of mine, when I get mad at someone or a situation, let's use someone for an example, I choose to express that anger, but I also make it a point in my life to not freaking attack and spear them against the wall. Right? I know that sounds crazy, but it's something we all probably have wanted to do at times, and I'm sure some of us have. look, the anger in that situation is not the problem. Anger is a natural response. Anger is just a part of life. It's an emotion, a negative emotion that we feel, right? Anger is quite arguably not unhealthy at all. In fact, it's probably healthy in many situations. It's the aggression in physical action that's the problem, right? Punching someone in the face, that's the problem. Spearing them against the wall, that's the problem, not the anger. The anger is literally just a messenger, right? It's just a messenger, and we don't need to blame that messenger. So, in closing, I know this has kind of been a longer drip, but when you force yourself to stay positive all the time, what ends up happening is you deny the existence of your problems. And when you deny your problems, you actually rob yourself of the chance to solve those problems. And that's an error, because those problems are actually, solving those problems is actually what generates happiness and success. Problems add, again, a sense of meaning and importance to our lives, to our businesses, which are essentially a part of our lives. So to dodge your problem will actually lead to a meaningless existence, right? So that is the directive today, my friends. Don't just stay positive. Don't deny yourself of the human experience that's so essential for growth, right? Don't deny yourself negative emotions. Process through that experience properly, right? Again, the tactic with negative emotions is to, 1, express them in a socially acceptable and healthy manner, and then 2, express them in a way that aligns with your values. Do this, and you will be better for it. Your life will bring forth more growth because of it. That is today's invite. And that closes us out for this 4-part series of values that can create really poor problems in our lives. Get those values in check. Get your values in check. And watch yourself grow and things transpire for the better in your life because of it. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys back here again next time.